Hey VC, it is Richard S. and we are back at Richard's Vinyl Tap House. No beer today, all music. So much going on between January and the end of February. I've had music coming in, and I'll do another video about some VCLT and a VC meetup and all kinds of good stuff. But anyway, let's get into the music. I have CDs, I have records to share. So, where do I start? I'm going to start with the CDs. Your friend and mine, Rob, over at Northern Revolutions, turned me on to Blue Rodeo because he's always going on and on and on and on and on and on about them. I picked up an album of theirs a month and a half ago, I think, and absolutely loved it. So I found an eBay auction that had two CDs by Blue Rodeo for $10. I was like, sure, why not? So this is Tremolo. I want to say this is from '97, and this one is called Nowhere to Hear. Is that right? Nowhere to Hear. Yep. This is from 90. Nope, 95 or 96. I can't see. I'm getting old. This is 95. This is 97. This one has kind of a bigger guitar driven song structure, where this is a little bit more laid back. I'm not going to say countryfied, but how about more like Canadiana and dial it down a bit? Um, no, considering this was called Tremolo, which I always associate Tremolo with shoegaze. How about you? I thought this would be the harder hitting album. This one turned out to be the harder hitting album and really good. So now I have three Blue Rodeo albums, thanks to Rob's suggestion of checking them out. Sam St. John, you better be there, because I have you to thank for Fountains of Wayne's Sky Full of Holes. This surprised me so much. I think he was talking about one of their albums, Welcome, what's it called? Welcome Interstate Managers. And I mentioned I really liked that one, and I thought that Fountains of Wayne debut album is their strongest to me. He said, try Sky Full of Holes. I streamed it for a couple of days, and I said, I have to get this. Can I get it on vinyl? Turns out you can't. So I don't think it's available on vinyl. 2011 album from Fountains of Wayne. I would say this is their strongest album. The songs on here are consistent from start to finish. It is full and fun and wonderful and just super songs by Fountains of Wayne. Check this one out. Thank you, Sam, for the suggestion. More CDs. What is it with CDs? I know why, because they're cheaper. Vinyl is expensive. We'll talk about that. I don't know how this one came about, but I found that Jaw Wobble's album called Rising Above Bedlam had a song he did with Sinead O'Connor that I had never heard of, called Visions of You. And I checked it out and decided I really need to get this first song on that side. Jaw Wobble is very kind of, I'm not going to say ska, but it's kind of, reggae-ish almost. I can't describe Jaw Wobble. I'm familiar with him from his playing with Public Image Limited and Damage Manual. I knew he did solo stuff, but I never checked into it. Good CD, glad to have it, if only just for that Visions of You, because that's a beautiful song, Sinead O'Connor. One more CD. I have wanted the deluxe version of Who Live at Leeds that has the extended everything where it's like the entire concert. And I finally found it on CD for a decent price. It came all the way from England, and it took, I don't know, let's say a week and a half to get here. It took its time. But this has the entire concert, start to finish, from the rockers and all the songs that we know and love on the first disc to Tommy in its entirety on side two. Listen to this over last night into this morning. It is exhausting. I can't believe they were pulling off concerts like this back in, what is this, 1970? But yay, I finally have Live at Leeds. Now I understand why they shortened it down to one album, 6 or 8 songs, whatever it was. Yeah, there's a lot in here, but it is a fantastic live set. Glad to have it. Yeah, I could not splurge on the vinyl reissue that they did, Abbey Roadmaster, I think it was. It was just crazy pricey. So this was $11, 12 maybe. Yes, please. I'll do that. All right, that is CDs. What is new in vinyl world? January, we saw the release of Squid's new album called Cowards. Their third album, I think. I've been into them ever since their first album, and I love them because they're sort of artsy and they have really just varied song structure that goes all over the map. There's like little jazzy pieces and strings and flutes and all kinds of vocal mayhem. It's fun. I like records like this where it goes all over the map and doesn't conform to let's write hits. This probably doesn't have a hit song on it. This is probably the most tame of the 3 Squid albums I've had. This one will definitely be in my top 5, I think, for the year. Too early to call. There's another one coming up that I think is going to be on there too. So it might be too early. Squid. Sam, I also have you to thank for this one. I belong to one of those groups on Facebook that shows you, hey, oh wow, here's a great deal that's on Amazon. And if I don't drop it, I can show you my copy of Mudcrutch that I finally picked up. $20 for a double album? Yes, please. I'll do that. Didn't really know what to going into what this would be like. I knew it's Tom Petty, I knew it's Mike Campbell and all that good stuff. I would call this like dialed down, more countrified Americana Tom Petty songs. Very nice Sunday morning spin. I could listen to this on repeat. Great album. The big long double. How many songs on here? 4, 8, 14. That's a long album. Very nice gatefold. Lots of information about what's going on. Was it on colored vinyl? Nope. Just black. I'm really not good about showing vinyl. Let me know if you want to see like these crazy. Sometimes we get colored editions and marble this and marble that. If you are familiar with the band X, the punk band from Los Angeles, long and illustrious career. I've seen them twice. I've seen Exene and John Doe by themselves, opening for somebody else. But I haven't pulled the trigger on their last album. They said it was going to be their final album. And I finally did, because that came up as another great deal, too. This is called Smokin' Fiction, and it is allegedly X's final album. And what a banger of an album it is. This is X in full form. Beautiful songs. I've always loved the John Doe Exene harmony thing that they do. Billy Zoom's guitars. It's just a rollicking good time. Great album. Not too long, but you find it at a good price. Highly recommended pickup. That came out last year. How many more here? I should save that for another video, but I'll do this one. New one this came out last week, Murder Capital. This is called Blindness. Murder Capital is from Ireland. They're definitely kind of darker post-punk. They're kind of like Fontaine's DC, but darker songs, I should say. They also have that kind of playful song structure where the vocals and the guitars are kind of doing counter against each other, but it makes for really interesting listening. There are some straight up, hit songs potentially. I can't remember the name of these. I've only heard this about 3 times now, which is a lot for me in a few days. I don't usually play records over and over, but lately I have been. Great album from the Murder Capital. Highly recommend checking that out. Cover art, isn't that just gorgeous? Oof. Pick that up on Saturday. We'll talk about that one another time. This one showed up today. I have been waiting for like 3 weeks for this to arrive. Hard to see in the way that Oceansides does their lettering. This is a vinyl reissue of their huge album Frames. It was their next to last album, released in 2008, I think, 2007. What an opus of a thing this is. Over 3 albums. All sides have stuff on them. There's a couple of demos at the end. This is straight up heavy prog. 2 bands that I absolutely love that are prog, heavy prog, heavy, and they're both from Britain. Oceansides and Amplifier. And I'll be talking about Amplifier in another video pretty soon. So this is called Frames. And it is a stunner. I recommend if you're kind of going, oh, I'd like some different prog that I haven't heard. Oceansides are not around anymore, but Mike Van Aert, the lead of Oceansides, is, and he makes some even harder hitting prog albums that are just absolutely stunning. So I'm going to wrap this up for now. Those are most of the albums I've got between like the end of January and the end of February. It's just been music coming in everywhere. I'm going to do another video soon about some VCLT I've received. The Taphouse has VCLT. And a VC meetup that we did with a very familiar face at Twits and Shout in Denver this past Saturday. So we'll talk to you soon in the Vinyl Taphouse. All right? Y'all take care. Bye.